Hello guys, and welcome back to Sophie's Loom-Teak. Today I'll be showing you guys how to make, there's a rubber band on my hook. This is my first ever Happy Food video. In this tutorial I'll be showing you guys how to make this adorable little marshmallow. Just so you guys know, you'll need 214 bands for the main color, 3 black bands, and 2 bands for the cheeks. In this creation, just so you know, we'll be using double bands. That's why it's a little band heavy. We're going to start off by grabbing 2 bands and putting it in the center pin like this. You can choose whatever spot you want on the loom. Then you're going to go over to your right, and then you're just going to go up 4 pins on your right like this. We're just letting them loose. And if this is a different strategy for you, you'll know why we're going to do this, so stay tuned. And then we're going to go back to the center with double bands again. Then we're going to go down on our left. So we're going to go down 4 pins, or go up 4 pins, however you're doing it, with double bands just like we did to the right. Now that we've finished placing our bands like this, we can start placing our marshmallow bands. Again, for this whole creation, you'll need double bands. So you're going to start from the top and you're going to go out on the 3 pins. So first go to your left and then to the center and then go out to your right like this. And now we're going to do our center. So you're going to go out from the center to your top pin on your left, then to the bottom pin on your left again, and then on your right. So go from the center to the top or bottom pin, it doesn't matter, on your right, and then do the other one. For me, it's the top, so go over there. Now you're going to do the same thing we did on the top for the bottom. So go from your left pin to the center, then go from your bottom pin, 2 bands, to the center, and then your right pin to the center. So your loom should look like this. Now we're going to go ahead and place a cap band with double bands. You're going to wrap it around 2 times, not 3, like this. Now that we've wrapped that, we're going to loom it out. Go inside of your cap band like this, and then the top band you're going to loom out. I fast forwarded this part because I had trouble looping it out. And then just loop it out. Remember to go inside of your cap band. Then go inside of your cap band again and loop it over to where it is. And then do that for all your 4 pins. Okay, so now we finished doing that. And now we're going to use our loose bands. Go in that band, and then you're going to grab it with your hook and put it on your hook like this. Make sure to grab both. Then take that part off your hook, put the part that you just put on your hook on the pin, so it should look like this. And do this process for all 4. Once again, go inside of that band and grab the loose band and put both ends on your hook like this. Snap that band off, and then put the bands on your hook on the pins. Okay, now I'm doing my last one. Ignore the hair, please. And now we're gonna pull our cap band up and go inside of the cap band and loop out. So pull that cap band up, go inside, and then just loop these bands out like this. Now that I looped all 3 out, it should look like this. Your cap band should be really stretched. Then we're going to puff these out like you did for the middle. So grab both of your loose bands and then put it on your hook like this. Then we're going to do our middle. Put it on that peg over there. Grab that one, pull it up like a single chain. And then just put it on your hook, let it go, and then put it on that pin. That way it's a little easier for the middle. Okay, now we're gonna do this part. We're gonna go inside and then do the same thing we did for the middle and this 3 parts. So just puff these once again. Okay, now I finished puffing these. Make sure you get all 4 of them on. So now we just have to stretch our cap band like this. You're gonna pull your cap band down and pull that one on this pin like this. So it should look like this. It might be a little tight, but we need it all connected. So let's get started with this part. You're going to pull the top 2 bands to that pin that already has a band on it, like this. And then you're just going to pull your cap band down to the pin that has like an arrow on it that has no looped bands whatsoever. So it should look like this by now. Now we're going to loop these out. So we're going to go inside of our cap band, might be a little tight. So then just loop it out. If you're using a plastic hook, it might break because it's a teeny bit tight, but just loop it out. And if you have a metal hook, you're okay. And now, once again, we're gonna puff these out. Go inside of the cap band, and then just do the same thing you did for the middle and the top. This part, do the same thing. Just pull it to that bottom peg, go inside, and then pull this one over there like a single chain. Take it off with your hook and then put that part on the pin and do it once again. So it should look like this by now. Now we're just going to pull all of them back. It might look like it's going to let go of the band, but it's not. I had a little theory, but it's not going to let go of the band. Now just fix everything back to its normal position. And then put that one on the pin like this that I'm doing right now. Might be a little hard, but it's okay. And your loom should look like this. Do not pull the cap band back. It should look like this. Okay. Now we're gonna do our layer. Do 2 bands and go over to your right. And then go up like this to the top pin. And then go up once again. And then go up again like this. Then double bands and go to the center like you're closing it off, but you're actually not. Just go to the center like this. And then you're going to go from the center to that peg over there. Then you're just going to go down or up, whichever way you prefer. I'm going down in this situation, but you can go however you'd like. And then just keep on going down your loom, and then you're going to go in like this. Now we're just going to pull the bottom 4 bands, because there should be 4 bands on each pin. And you're going to pull them over. This part may be a little tricky, but after you get the hang of it, like you've done it for 3 or 4 times, then it's a little teeny bit easier. And just pull the bottom 4 over for all of the pins. In this part, I'm not going to fast forward because it's your first time doing it, so you just need to get the hang of it. Once again, pull all of your bottom 4. If you don't want to pull all 4 at a time and be a little more secure, then just do 2 at a time and make sure they're the bottom 2 or bottom 4. Now, this top center pin may be a little hard to loop, but you just need to get the hang of that one. My first time making all the happy foods and the marshmallows and stuff, it was a little bit hard to pull the 4 bands over that center pin because the open end isn't facing us, so it's a little harder. And if you want to be a little more secure, make sure you have your fingers on the bands so the ones that you're pulling over don't slip the bands off. Okay, now I'm done. Well, I'm not done. I just need to do one more. Pull the bottom 4 over once again, like this. Okay, now, if you want to be a little more secure, you can also count how many are on each peg. There should be 4 on each peg. And if you were wondering, the marshmallow isn't going to come out from the bottom of the loom. It's going to come out from the top. So you do need your base. Then do the same thing you did. So just go out to your right and then go up your loom like this. Going to do this one more time, and then for the rest of the parts, I'm going to fast forward because I don't want the video to be as long, so you guys can enjoy it and also make a really cute, adorable marshmallow. Keep on going around your loom in this pattern. This pattern is really easy, so like it should be like a kind of rhombus that has straight sides. I don't know, just make it look like this. Okay, now we are going to loop the bottom 4 over once again. So you can grab 2 at a time, so 2 and 2, or you can grab all bottom 4. If you have a plastic hook, I would recommend you doing 2 at a time so your hook doesn't snap. And then just keep on pulling your bottom 4 bands over. I know I've said that a lot of times. I just want you to be secure. In this part, I'll go ahead and fast forward. Okay, so now we're done pulling all of them over. Now you can go ahead and take your marshmallow a little bit off, like you can start pulling it off. This part is optional. I do recommend that you should do it, so it helps your marshmallow to grow a little bit more. So just pull those up and then push your bands down. Now we are going to go ahead and do the row once again. We're going to do this same row one more time, and then we're going to place the I row. But just do the same row one more time, and once again, we're going to place the I row. In this part, I'll go ahead and fast forward. Once again, we're going to pull our bottom 4 bands over, like this step. I'll show you how to do this, I don't know, maybe 3 more times, and I'll fast forward once again. Just a little note, in all of the parts that I'm pulling the bands over, I'll fast forward so this video isn't as long. While I fast forward, you can go ahead and pause the video. Okay, now I finished doing that. You can go ahead and give it a little tug. Give it a slight, tiny tug because you don't want to snap any of the bands. pushed your bands down, and now it's time to place the eyes. You're going to grab one of your black bands and you're going to loop it around once into a figure 8, just like this on your hook. Mine slid off. But just wrap it around so it looks like this. Then grab both of them and wrap it around one more time so it has 4 loops. If you don't want to do all of that, you can just wrap it around 4 times around your hook. Then you're going to grab the skin tone or main color of your marshmallow like this, double, and put it on your hook and pull your eyes right through it. If you're not using bands and you have pony beads, then just do the same thing. Except you need to put a bead on your hook and then pull the bands through. And now you're just going to put the band with your eyes on it like this. Do the same thing for the other eye. So wrap it around 4 times if you want. Or just do a figure 8 and then wrap it around again like this. And then we're going to grab our main color of the marshmallow once again and pull our eye band or bead through the main color body bands like this. And then go ahead and place it on your loom like this. I don't know how many times I'm saying like this, but I need to show you guys, so don't get annoyed by it. Now we're going to do the same pattern, except we do not place bands on top of the eyes because the eye bands count as the beginning bands. So then just do the same pattern once again. Now you can go ahead and flip the bottom 4 bands over the bands that you just placed. So repeat this pattern once again. Now we're done doing that. You can puff your marshmallow up and then go ahead and push the bands down so it can be a little easier. Now we're going to go ahead and do another row just like normal, and then we're going to do our cheeks. Once again, you're going to pull your bottom 4 bands over. This process is very easy, so just so you know, every single time I do this, I'm going to fast forward so the video isn't too long. Okay, now I'm just pulling my bands over very quickly because I put it in fast forward. Okay. Now that we are done pulling our bands over, we can go ahead and give our marshmallow a little tug. We're almost done with our marshmallow. Now we're going to do the little cheeks. You're going to do the same process you did for the eyes, except with the cheek color. So wrap it around your hook in the figure 8 and then wrap it around again. Or just wrap it around your hook 4 times. And do that 2 times. And pull the main color of your marshmallow through your cheek color. In this part, I'll fast forward. And then I'm just putting it on my loom like this and doing the process once again. It might be a little hard, but it turns out right. So then this is how it should look when you put it on your loom. And then do the pattern you've been doing a bunch of times once again on your loom. Now I'm just placing my rubber bands like in the same pattern we've done a bunch of times. No rubber bands on top of the cheeks, and then just pull your bottom 4 bands over. You can do 2 at a time or 3 at a time and then 1. Or you can just do all 4. Once again, if you have a plastic hook, you can do 2 at a time and then give it a little push. Now we're going to do our mouth. So you're going to grab your last black band and wrap it around your hook into a figure 8. This part may be a little tricky. You're going to grab that center peg, all of the 4 bands, and you're going to take them off and pull your black band that's on your hook through them and put it back on the loom like this. And then do the same process you've been doing once again. Keep on placing your bands in this pattern. I fast-forwarded both of the parts non-stop because, once again, I do not want the video to be really long. So finish placing your bands, give it a little tug, and then pull the bottom 4 over the bands that you just placed. You can do 2 at a time for a plastic hook, but if you have a metal-tipped hook, then you're good. You can do 2 at a time or 4 at a time. And then give your marshmallow a little tug. We are almost done with our marshmallow once again. Just push your bands down like this. And now we're going to do double bands. And then just do the same pattern you've done millions of times on your loom once again. Okay. I just keep on placing my bands like this in this pattern, like a rhombus that doesn't look like a diamond. And then pull your bottom 4 bands over. I'm doing it really quickly because I put it in fast forward. You can go ahead and pause the video every single time I fast forward. So that's a little tip. And then when you're done, just give it a little tug. Okay, now we are going to go ahead and push our bands down once again, and just let me finish pushing my bands down here. I don't know why I did the 3, 4. Oh right, we have to do 3 more rows. So go ahead, do 3 more rows. For all of the 3 rows, I'm going to fast forward, but I am going to talk to you guys so you have a little motivation. We actually have 1 more row. In this part, we're going to alternate. So do double bands, and then 1 band, double looped, and then put it on these 2 pegs. And then do double bands again. This part I'm not going to fast forward because this is a new process. Double loop it, and put it on those 2 pegs, like this. Make sure they don't slip off your fingers like they did for me. It is a little tight, so be careful that they don't snap. Then do double bands again. And then double loop it and put it on that peg. Then double bands again, like this. So yeah, I was doing a double loop band, but I just placed one, so double bands again, and then one band double looped on those pins like this. I use my two thumbs to put them on, but if you have another strategy, you can. Double bands again, and then one double looped band on those two pins. And you're going to go ahead and pull all of the bottom 4 bands over your double and double looped bands. And then give it a little tug like this. It should be fairly flat, but for me it wasn't, so you can go ahead and adjust that if it isn't. And you're going to pull over all of the remaining bands. Do not put on new bands. Just pull over the remaining bands. So there should be 1 band. So pull over the bottom 3. So there's 1 band left on your pin. And do that for all of your pins. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and we're finished with this creation, so we can slip knot it. Give it a little tug and your marshmallow should be just like this. We're going to start from the top. It might be a little tight. It's because we did double loop bands, but trust me. Just grab your hook and go inside of the pegs like this and take all of the 1 bands off your loom on your hook like this. Okay, now that we've done that, make sure none of your bands slip or anything, because if you don't slip knot 1 band, then your whole creation is going to fall apart, so make sure you have all of them. And then your marshmallow is done. But before we finish our marshmallow, we have to slip knot it off. So you're going to go ahead and grab double bands and put it on your hook. This part, be a little careful because it's a little tricky. And then pull all of the bands on to your hook like this. You guys may not see it because it was a little tricky, but just pull all of the bands over so you just have 2. Then put it on your hook and slip knot it off. So just pull the bottom 1 over, make sure none of the bands slip, then give it a big tug. But make sure not to break any of your bands or snap them, and your marshmallow's done. You may notice that there's an ugly slip knot at the bottom. Just pull your hook through it and then grab the 2 slip knot bands on your hook like this. I was having a little trouble, but just put it on your hook and then pull the 2 bands inside of your marshmallow like this. So you're hiding your slip knot band so it looks adorable without a slip knot on its bottom. And now you're done with this cute little marshmallow creation. The top should be flat, but if it's not, you can go ahead and push it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Bye guys.